right, happy Wednesday. It's a day we've been waiting for a while. We have been hearing your requests for the one and only Cecil Ramirez, and today is the day, and it will not disappoint. Cecil went all out. We had an awesome interview, but he also sent in 3 brand new performances that you have never heard before. They're collaborations. He and I play on a couple of tunes, and he even snagged my lovely wife to jump in on the 3rd. So we're going to have so much fun today. It is going to be such a blast on episode 59 of AH Live. Do us a favor, click share, spread the good vibes, spread the music. We're here every Wednesday. If you haven't already, make sure to follow Adam Holly Artist page so you can hang out with us every Wednesday. But also, you can keep up on everything else that's going on. Lots of tour dates. I was just in Phoenix last weekend, had such a blast. Have Cabo coming up, so you don't want to miss these live performances as well. So we're going to get started with a little bit of music just to get us warmed up. It's a track off of my 2nd record. A little feel-good tune called Shake. You can do a little 2-step to this one if you want. Oh, we got a new camera today, too. Bam! Return of the guitar cam, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just getting warmed up on a Wednesday. As I mentioned, we have the incredible pianist, composer, wine enthusiast, you name it. He's a Renaissance man. The one and only Cecil Ramirez is in the house. But real quick, just want to remind you guys, if you want to help us out, and I already see a bunch of you jumping up and doing stars throughout the episode. We appreciate you so much. You guys are the reason we are now 59 episodes in, and I put it right back into the show. We now have a fourth DSLR, which is now the dedicated guitar cam. We've got camera 1, bam. We have camera 2 on the rail, and now we have the guitar cam. So, and also we have the cat cam, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So anyways, if you want to help us out, just click that link in the description. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and of course you can do stars as well. So appreciate you guys, and without further ado, let's get to the one and only Cecil Ramirez.
All right, what's up, Cecil? How you doing, man?
Hey, Dr. Adam in the house. What's going on?
Oh, man. So excited to get you on the show, man. And, man, let's take it all the way back. We met when I was touring with Brian Culbertson, and you were working on your project, which ended up being Party in the Back. And it was so much fun playing on that record. And then, man, we've been collaborating ever since. Always seen each other up at Brian's festival and whatnot. So, man, talk a little bit about that. How did you and Brian get connected? Because you guys have developed such a great friendship, and you are now a staple at the Napa Jazz Getaway. So you can't have that festival without Cecil Ramirez. How'd y'all get connected?
Well, it's funny because I have been a longtime Brian Culbertson fan, and, I bought all the albums, and he was really one of those influences I had on my playing. And just, like really great phrasing, really great writing. And so, I was drawn to that. When I was working with the piano company, Mason and Hamlin, we were looking for artists. And one of the guys that I submitted to our artist director was Brian Culbertson. So I took all 6 CDs I had, dropped them on her desk, and I said, if you only get one artist all year, you got to get this man because he's amazing. And so she reached out to him, and then it ultimately was a good fit for both he and for our company, and he became our artist. And so the way I met him was we were doing the big NAMM show, which is, of course, in January in Anaheim every year. And Brian was making an appearance in our booth, and I got to talking with him. And, that's kind of how we got together. I told him about, learning his music, and we actually sat down and played some tunes together, and that was really great. And it just kind of went from there. We had it was a real good bond over the piano, and then, just really great writing. I learned so much from him, and he was very cool in sharing what he knew about just things, writing and recording. That was a big deal. So, yeah.
Man, that's so cool. And talk a little bit about that. You are a Renaissance man. You're an incredible artist, composer, but
thanks.
then you also have this position at Mason and Hamlin. What did they have you doing over there?
Well, up until last year, I was the national sales manager for the company. I had a long career in sales. It's kind of what you do to pay the bills, between gigs. And so I could buy gear. And so I did that for a long time. And one of my jobs was to go and work with our dealer network. And I managed to work a lot with the pianos, which is great. I became inherently involved with the sound of the pianos. Got to spend time at the factory, and we talked about, how the piano should sound. And one of the great things was, we've got great artists on the roster, and Brian really took a liking to the piano so much that he started using them for his real recordings. And so that's what he uses to this day. I was a recording engineer for a while, in-house composer for a couple of recording studios. Did some film work, just trying to, stay relevant and stay connected, just get in the game.
If I'm not mistaken, you're some sort of wine expert as well? I'm always jealous. I see on social media, you've got an incredible meal paired with just what looks like a gorgeous bottle of wine. Tell us about that.
Oh, well, I loved I love studying wine, and I started pretty early on, and that was about the time I met Brian. And so, whenever I got out and about or was visiting on a different city for a different trip, it's like, oh, this is an opportunity to go to a cool restaurant, check out their wine list, and start putting wine and food together. And so I had done that a few times, and then I got Brian into doing it, and then I got other people in the industry. And then back in 2014, I decided, you know what, I should just get certified for this, And so I took a couple of courses from the Court of Master Sommeliers, which is one of the educational tracks that you can study with. And 2016, I passed my level 1 sommelier certification, which is fun. And so I tried for level 2, didn't make it because that was a pretty tough exam. And so I'm probably going to go after my WSET 3, which is a different certification you can do. But I just do it so, it's kind of like we do music. You study different styles of music so you can appreciate them and then also apply them to other things. And you know this because you played with everybody. And wine's kind of the same thing, Chardonnay from California tastes different than Chardonnay from France or Chardonnay from other countries, and you just kind of like learn what the flavor profiles are, and then you apply them to different things. So yeah, we could do hours on that.
Wow. So is it to a point? Are you to where you can blind test and you can, wow.
Yeah, there's certain wines I can, and that was actually one of the components of the level 2. Was they give you, in our case, we had 2 whites and 2 reds, and there's no notes, and you just have to be able to examine them by sight, by smell, and by taste. And at the end, you have to tell them what varietal it is, how old it is, and where it's from. And so I did okay on that portion. Wow. Some wines are easier than others. Yeah.
All from taste. That is fascinating.
Yeah. And you can do it if you know what to look for, and you know how to connect the dots. You can do it. It's not too much rocket science. I think when you get to the advanced degrees, where instead of saying where it's from, you tell them actually who made it. That's where those guys are like, yeah, they've drunk a lot of bottles of wine in their lifetime. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it could be worse. It's a hard life. Someone has to do it. So.
It's a good thing.
Well, let's get to the piano. So, again, as I mentioned, it was so much fun working on the project with you, and we're going to do a tune off of it. But tell us about Party in the Back. What were you thinking? Obviously, you were thinking Good Times with the title. But it's such a cool record. Just tell us a little bit about it.
Thanks, man. Well, Party in the Back, it was kind of a retro album. I'm a child of the 80s, and so everything about the album was kind of a throwback to the 80s, the arrangements that I did, and all the songs you play it on. We did like a Prince Arena Rock tune. We did some funk tunes with a lot of different layered synths. I intentionally went after old 80s style stuff, so I'm using like Prophet 5 sounds, Jupiter 8 sounds, and OBX sounds, just everything that was used in the 80s. I just kind of threw it in and tried to make it all work together.
We're going to recreate it right now. We're going to play Jasmine. Tell us about that tune.
Jasmine is a tune that started out just as a bass line, and and then it just kind of went from there. The tune is actually about one of our cats. And I was sitting at the piano trying to write a tune, and I watched the cat walk back and forth, and she had kind of a tempo to it, and that ultimately became the tempo of the tune, and the bass line came, and then when you put the guitar parts on it, it really took on just a fantastic, just a life of its own, and it turned out great. You'd played some great solos on it. It was awesome.
Awesome, man. So great
Cool.
to relive that. And man, you sent some more music. I'm such a huge fan of this collaboration of Lee Ritenour and Dave Grusin.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about this tune.
So yeah, this is an older tune. You know, it's fun to go back to like smooth jazz before it was actually the smooth jazz we know now, because there were so many jazzy elements still in it. You know, it wasn't as R&B as some of the tunes are now. And so this is a tune called Early AM Attitude, and that was one of the collaborations that Lee Ritenour and Dave Grusin did, and such a fun tune to play. And I thought of you instantly when I was working through this. I played this on my stream, and so I'm excited about doing this one with you.
awesome, man. So fun to do that. And we got one more. You are the first person to wrangle my lovely wife into one of these videos.
Yay!
And it's a Patty Austin arrangement. Tell us about it.
Oh man, this tune is so great. My band in the back in the late '80s, we did this tune. It's Patty Austin did a cover of a pretty classic jazz tune called "Lazy Afternoon," and so she put kind of a bump on it, and I thought this would be perfect for us to do. You know, Kat should be just kill it on this one. So I was excited, and I was hoping that you guys would want to do it, and so yeah, this is going to be great.
It's a lazy afternoon.
Awesome, man. Well, really appreciate it. You just killed it and putting in the time, putting these arrangements together, and so much fun making music with you again. And I definitely want you to let people know. I'm sure all of you must have seen Cecil's show, but if you haven't, he's on Facebook every Sunday. Tell us about it.
Oh gosh, thanks, man. So I've been doing since last March. I've been doing a show called Sundays with Cecil, and that's the current name of the show. And so we've been doing it for a while. We've got a year under our belt, and it's just kind of a fun thing to do. We get in there, and I resurrect old R&B tunes sometimes, and we do tunes like early AM Attitude, and I play some tracks from both my albums, Party in the Back and Talk to the Hand, and then sometimes I even do new arrangements of it just to keep it fresh. And so I'd love to have you on the show when I get everything running.
Definitely. No, please put me down. And and what time is that on Sunday?
Okay, so it's Sundays, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. And so, and we have a good time. We do a main show, and sometimes we'll do a little after party where we just, anything can happen. So a lot of fun.
No, and you have such great segments. You've got the sing-alongs. I mean, it's really great. And it's a testament to just, a lot of us are doing these live stream shows, but there's so many different ways you can go. And so I really enjoy just the concept and the flow you have. And I have to tell you, I don't know if you tuned in the last couple of weeks, but I've been singing your praises. You've been so helpful with my show, man. So I just want to take a moment and thank you. You got me all set up here with the gaming PC, so we're rocking in 1080p, and just appreciate you, man, for all the help.
Hey, you did all the heavy lifting, man. So I'm just telling you what I know. And it's great. We work together to try to bring the best experience that we can. Your show looks fantastic, and it's just really fun to go back and look at episode 1 and see how far we've come. So you're doing
dear
great.
God. Yeah, I did a year in review, and I almost didn't want to put up the video, but it was such a good performance that you just overlooked the visual aspect. I had Darren on maybe episode like 5.
Oh, yeah.
Ron. And I was like, dear God, this is what I was broadcasting? It looks like, it looks ridiculous.
Well, we couldn't do it without the fans, I mean, definitely the fan supports helps us do that. And, that's what makes the energy in our shows, it's just seeing everybody interact and, noticing when you get your hair cut or noticing if I change my set, they watch and, it's just really fun all the way around.
Ladies and gentlemen, check out Sundays with Cecil every Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And man, thanks so much for coming through. Really appreciate it.
Oh, yes, the one and only Cecil Ramirez. Man, that was so much fun. Cecil definitely gets all the brownie points for putting in all the extra credit. Man, I think that's a first, having 3 tunes and bringing in my lovely wife. So thank you so much, Cecil. That was really, really special. And speaking of which, it's time to bring my lovely wife on camera. There she is. Hey.
Hi.
You were sounding so incredible.
Thank you.
It was a very lazy Sunday afternoon or Saturday afternoon. One of those.
Yes, it really was.
That was so incredible, and people were just digging it. And I saw a bunch of people say there should be a segment for Kat every show, which I've been saying that all along. Trust, ladies and gentlemen, I am not holding her down. It's just busy. We've been beautifying the house, working on the house, and then it's a long week. But you saw it from the people. They want to hear more from you, so we got to make this happen.
I know. I'm so sorry. I know people ask all the time for me to sing a song.
Yeah.
I guess I should do more.
I guess so. The verdict is in.
But yeah, that was, now, Cecil, I have to be honest. When I first heard the song.
Here we go.
I was like, when was this made? I Googled it. I said 1988. And but I was afraid that I wasn't gonna be able to capture the real essence of
you did.
The traditional jazziness of the song. But I put my own little spin on it, and and it was fun to do, actually. And that was actually my first time like re-hearing it. So
Yeah, well, we recorded it late last night, and then I couldn't sleep this morning, and I woke up at 3 and actually finished editing the video and finished the mix around 4:30, believe it or not, a.m. Pacific. And but it turned out awesome, and the other two songs were a blast too. We had the Lee Ritenour, Dave Grusin tune, and then we had the Cecil original, which I had the good fortune of playing on the album Jasmine, which was written for his cat. And he said he was watching his cat Jasmine, and it was sashaying around, and that's where the groove came from. Pretty cool.
that's so cool.
Well, I'm doing your job. I'm going to let you have at it. What are the people saying out there?
Okay, well, of course, we have everyone. They love to tell us where they're watching from.
Yeah.
And we love it, too, because we get to see a lot of new people that we haven't seen before. Or if you haven't been a stranger to AH Live, a lot of the times I don't see everyone's comment and where they're posting or watching from. So I get to see like a few new people, like a few new names and pictures and cities and states where people are watching from. So it's really cool. So today, Ellen Nakata Harper, she says, happy Wednesday to all from Sacramento.
All right.
We have
NorCal in the house.
Jerry and Cheryl Walters, they're in Austin, Texas. Denise Walters is in LBC, California.
All right, Long Beach.
Valerie Kovacs watching from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada. We have Vernetta Gaines. She says, hi, Adam and Kat. MOG repping for Cecil.
All right,
and
all
she's
right.
in Germantown, Maryland.
I keep seeing MOG. What does that stand for?
Yeah, what's MOG?
Somebody help us out in the comments.
I know it's something to do with Cecil and his show that he does, I
Yeah, I
think.
keep seeing MOG in the house,
Yeah.
MOG in the house.
So put it in our comments so we can see. And then we have, I want to say Reese. Is it Reese Jones?
Yeah.
And they're saying it's rainy in Houston today. So it says rainy Houston in the house. And then we have Shirley Hagenkamp. She says hello from Leawood, Kansas.
All right, Kansas. We're not in Kansas anymore.
And then I saw someone, I think it may have been, it's Erin Hall. She said, I miss the curls in all capital letters.
Oh, I got MOG. It is the Mighty Online Gang.
Oh, Mighty
MOG.
Online Gang. That's cute.
Now, this is funny. There's a question here. Let me pull it up here. This is for
Okay.
you, Kat. It says, it's from Jane, and she says, do you sing any other Patty Austin songs? If you couldn't tell from her reaction to that one, what year was this recorded? The answer is no, but I think maybe we should start looking into that because you destroyed that one. So maybe we should check out some more Patty Austin.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I think I saw her in a bathroom once at an airport,
Oh, okay.
but I wasn't really sure if she was. No, I mean, I know who Patty Austin is, but her look changes a lot, like with her hair. And so I wasn't sure if that was her. And whenever I see her, she's always like glammed up for a stage or her photos. And so obviously, since we just got off of a plane, she was very casual. So I was like, I don't know.
So it might not have been her at all.
I don't know.
Actually, a fun bit of trivia. The drummer I used to tour with when I was with the Manhattan Transfer from 2008 to 2012, amazing drummer, he went on to tour with Patty. And I believe he still plays with her from time to time. So, yeah, Patty, I said Patty, sorry.
Talking about the airport
Yeah,
bathroom.
Patty Austin connection.
Yes. And I think it was Robert Zahn,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. But he made a really nice comment that I skimmed across. And he was saying that my diction was perfect when I was singing the song.
You know, and that's a compliment I hear you get a lot, and it's a great compliment because, of course, we want to know the lyric, we want to know the content of the music, but I think that also stems from your classical background.
Right.
So kudos
And
to you,
that's
Kat.
exactly what I commented back to him. I
Yep.
said, well, that's all my classical and my theater. that
Right,
I've
exactly. Well, there
in
you
my
go.
day. And it's even with my speaking. So many people are like, your speaking voice is so clear.
Yeah.
Or you have like such a TV voice or phone voice. And that's just from a lot of my acting classes and my professional theater I've done in the day. Because when you're speaking to an audience, especially a large space with so many people, they have to be able to not only hear what you're saying, but understand every word that you're saying. So I just have that like ingrained in my body, like second nature, just over enunciating my words. So
it reminds me of the movie Anchorman. What was the thing he always used to say? Leather.
Red leather, yellow feather.
Thank you. I knew you would know what I was talking about.
Or you could say red feather, yellow leather. So it's either way. But that's one of my warm-ups when I'm doing my vocal warm-ups. So it's so funny. Okay, let's get to Cecil's interview.
Yes.
So many people love the concept of your album, Cecil, how it's like throwback.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Yeah, that's like really, really cool. And I see a lot of pop artists or R&B artists doing that now.
Yep.
They're trying to do like throwback. However, it's kind of funny because a lot of them are ages where it's like, how can you throw it back? Because you weren't even, you didn't even live through it.
That's funny. Well, Cecil was ahead of the curve because he was doing this way back then. Because I remember I was in Brian Culbertson's band at the time. And Brian called me. He said, hey, do you want to play on this project? And so he got me and Cecil connected. So that would have been, I think, either 2013, 2014. So way to jump on the trend, Cecil. Trendsetter.
Yes, trendsetter. Sandra Miller Patillo, she just asked, I heard the song, but what is the title of the song that Kat sung? It's called Lazy Afternoon by Patty Austin.
Yep.
And Cecil said his band back in the day used to do that song.
That's right.
And so many people, Cecil, were so impressed with your testing to be a sommelier. And I kind of knew that was what he did, but I didn't know that you had taken your tests yet.
Well, if you follow his social media, it's just it makes you feel like you're doing something wrong with your life, because it's like almost every day there's a picture of an amazing meal, like a steak or some pasta or something, and then just a gorgeous glass of wine. I'm like, man, I need to figure this out, because that's not what's going on over here. So
I know. Cecil, we'll definitely have to call you or FaceTime you when we're stocking our wine cellar / wine closet that we're gonna build. And I took apart from when you guys were doing your interview, and Adam, you were saying how it was amazing that the testing was all just based on taste. Because Adam always teases me about my sense of smell.
Yeah.
And
you probably would be an amazing sommelier.
You think so?
Well, taste and smell, they're related.
Well, Adam teases me all the time because I can smell any and everything from far away, and I can take away certain scents from, what the smell is. And he always teases me and says, we need to get you a job at the White House. Forget the dogs. Forget the sick dogs.
You missed your calling as a drug sniffing dog.
But it's quite overwhelming when it's not a good smell. And I'm just like, something reeks in here, but no one else can smell it. Nope. And I'm like, how can you not smell that?
I always say, stop breathing so deeply. I swear, you go into a room and the first thing you do is...
It's just there.
Sometimes you gotta walk in, just breathe through your mouth, kind of assess the situation.
You are silly. And then, of course, it goes the same way for something that does smell good, like either perfume or food, and I can kind of gauge like kind of what the food is, or like spices.
Cecil is dropping knowledge in the comments. He said, ladies usually have better olfactory acuity than men. So there you go. That explains it.
Yeah, that's true, along with so many other things.
What? Hold on a second. That's funny.
And someone said, really? I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that either.
Well, we learn something new every day.
I know. Okay. So, Party in the Back. That's Cecil's song, the first song that you guys played, right?
Well, it's from that album.
Okay.
Yeah, first song was Jasmine.
Party in... Yes, Jasmine, the kitty. I forgot. Jerry Walters says, this is a dream collab, Adam and Cecil.
Yep.
And Aaron Hall says, pinch me, Adam and Cecil.
Yep.
And so many people piggybacked on that comment, and they're like, I know, right? This is amazing. We can't believe we're watching this.
Yeah, well, we're two of the few, really, Brian Culbertson, Cecil, and myself that have been doing shows this entire time, week to week. And Cecil's been a huge help throughout the pandemic with the technology over here. So it was about time we got connected and did some actual music.
I know. And so, like you said, so many people were asking for him. But I'm so glad that it happened now in episode 59 than bringing him on earlier, because it gave so many people the anticipation.
Yeah.
And just like kind of delayed satisfaction.
Exactly. No question. 100%.
Yeah. But I loved learning a little bit more about Cecil's back. And then someone else was saying, I didn't catch their name, but they said that they weren't too familiar with Cecil, so they loved your music, Cecil, or your piano playing, and then your background with your wine. So I think you have a new fan, a new viewer there.
Yeah, well, check him out. He's on social media, but he's in all of the online DSPs, iTunes, Amazon, etc. He's got great music out. And you got to get a chance to get up to the Napa Valley Jazz Getaway, Brian Culbertson's festival, because Cecil is there. He's a fixture. He's there all week. And he's a blast. So, yeah, get to know his music if you don't already.
Yeah. And Nancy Stack says, awesome job, Adam and Cecil. Love you guys and can't wait to meet you both in person.
All right, let's do it.
And
awesome.
we actually have, and I remembered this because whenever we see Cecil, we're in Napa at Brian Culbertson's Napa Jazz Getaway. And so it is Linda Dickinson's birthday.
All right. Happy birthday,
Linda Dickinson. And she and her husband are in Napa.
Oh, what a great
celebrating
place to
her birthday.
spend your birthday.
I know.
That is awesome.
And it's also another Linda's birthday, Linda Boney.
Oh,
it's her birthday.
All right. It's the Linda birthday today.
I know. And in the chats earlier, she was saying that she had dinner, had some wine, and then she was eating some cake and enjoying the show.
Oh, man. All right. All right. Well, we're honored that you spend it with us. That's fantastic.
I know.
Hope we're adding to it.
I do have a question for Cecil. If you can type really fast in the comments, Cecil, when you do your show, do your guests and viewers, do they also have like a glass of wine drinking while they're watching your show?
I know he has a wine cam. And so we're going to have to, I guess we have to get another camera, Kat. Hint, hint. If we're going to join Cecil, because he's got the wine cam. And I think it's whatever he's usually drinking. And then he just hits a button and then there it is. You see the label.
That is so neat.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
And Cecil, you should reach out to some of these wine companies for a little advertisement, something.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm sure whatever you put on your show, a lot of people are going out and buying.
Units. Yeah, for sure.
I know I would. That's so neat. I didn't know you did that, Cecil. That's so cool. And something like totally unique for your show, like that only you could do, because a lot of us won't know what we're really talking about. We'll just be like, this is really good.
I'm getting a buzz.
Exactly.
That's the extent of my knowledge. Either it tastes good or it doesn't.
I know. That is so funny.
Yep.
Okay, so let's move on. Did you have any
I did have an announcement. I always like to kind of review my tour schedule with you guys. Let me throw that up real quick. So far, we've done Seabreeze. We had Phoenix last weekend, which was so much fun. Thanks to all you that came out. Los Cabos is coming up with Warren Hill. I'm going to be in Florida, in Melbourne, Cocoa Beach. Make sure you get your tickets for that. Hartford Jazz Festival is coming up. Raleigh. I'll be in Temecula. That's not quite announced yet. I'll be in Wisconsin, in Elmira, Norfolk, at Earl Clues Festival in Colorado Springs. Let's see what else. Just added and just announced is Pensacola on a Friday. They've got the Gulf Coast Summerfest, but I'm doing the kickoff party before the festival starts. Myself, and also on the bill is Brian Simpson. So that just got added and announced, I think, yesterday or the day before. And the rest of these, if you've been watching each week, they've been up for a while. Tulsa, Spaghettini, be down in Texas, and so on. So hope to see you guys throughout the summer and the fall. And the other announcement I have is I'll be appearing tomorrow on a live stream with Tony Craddock Jr. You know him. He's been on the show a couple of times. I've had the distinct pleasure of producing his last 2 singles. And so he snagged me to jump on his live stream to celebrate his new song, his new release, Magnetic. And I'm performing several songs on there. So is he. That's tomorrow, Thursday, May 20th, 5 p.m. Pacific. Sorry, that's a typo. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on his Facebook page. So make sure to check that out tomorrow night. So those are my announcements, honey bunny. And now you're back.
Awesome. Okay, so going back to the question I had asked Cecil, so many people chimed in and they said, oh yes, we're drinking with him every Sunday. Someone said they always have their wine and cheese.
I like it. I like it. We got to get on the program.
That's so cool. When you were going through your tour list, Yolanda Morgatti or Gady, she says, I'll see you in Raleigh.
Yes, that's a brand new festival. It's called Tri-Groove Fest in Raleigh, Durham, and can't wait. I believe this is their first year. I don't know who else is on the lineup, but they have several artists, so it's going to be a blast. Get your tickets.
And then Edgar Correa says, see you in Melbourne, Florida.
Yes, hanging out with Roland Brevard Music Group. He does concerts throughout the year, and I'm excited to be there July 10th. It's a Saturday night. It's socially distanced. It's going to be a very intimate, small concert. Awesome band. We've got Ron Reinhardt, Dave Reinhardt, and Tim George. So make sure to grab your tickets.
Okay, so let's go to our Ask Adam.
All right, Ask Adam. Let's do it.
Or do we have a visitor first before Ask Adam?
Oh, we have a visitor. Adam Jr., bring him in. He gets to come on camera when he gets coiffed, and he did. Roofie, come here, Roofie. Roofie got a haircut today. Here, let me go to my camera. There he is. He got all groomed. Oh, he smells so good. And he always acts a little bit better, too. He's a little bit more behaved when he's coiffed.
That's definitely true. Yeah.
And actually, we have some new neighbors. Oh, he's trying to say something. Do that again. He was yawning there for a second. I don't know if you guys heard. But we have some new neighbors next door, and they have 2 dogs. So he's been, if I put it mildly, chatting with them. It's pretty funny. They've been barking at each other. They're much bigger than him, so I'm not sure what he's trying to say.
Right.
You know, he's being pretty boisterous when he barks at them. They're both like 3 times his size, so if they ever actually were in the same space, sorry, Roofie, I don't know how well that would work out.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it's just like people. The small people are very feisty and loud, which I know you already know be with me.
No, I had noticed.
Yes.
Well, Roofie can hang out for Ask Adam. What are people asking out there?
Okay, so this was carried over from last week. Daphne Harris says, how many projects do you do a year?
Oh, gosh, this has been a really busy year. I'm finishing up my 4th album, which I will have announcements for you guys starting in June, how you can be a part of it. I'll do a crowdfunding campaign through Indiegogo. You can pre-order the album. So that's one project I'm doing. And working right now, I'm looking up at my big board, my whiteboard with all the current clients. There's about 16 people up there that I'm working on a song or more, at least one song currently. And already this year, I think maybe, 15 songs have already come out just in the last 4 months. So I feel really fortunate. It's been a busy year. I'm having so much fun. I don't know if you've been keeping up with my social media with my announcements, but this week I have 7 songs on the Billboard chart that I was a part of just this week. 6 of those are songs I produced, and another I played guitar on. So just feeling really fortunate and blessed for the support out there. And I'm going to have to start keeping a tally and have the official number for the end of 2021. This will definitely be a new record for Adam Holly Productions. So
that's
feeling
so
fortunate.
Neat. Cece in London says that Rufus is saying he was there first.
Right.
Which is so funny that you say that, because this morning they were like barking at each other from the fences like for 5 minutes straight. It was pretty crazy. And so Adam was joking because the neighbors, they're from Colorado, and Adam thinks that Rufus probably was like, don't think you could come here from Colorado and, you know, try to take over the street.
It's funny, though, because other than when Rufus is barking at them, they're pretty laid-back dogs. You know, the bigger dogs are usually pretty lazy, and so they kind of just trot around, except when he gets them riled up, so...
Robert Zahn says, how is the ukulele going? Any update?
The ukulele?
Yes, because we asked if you played ukulele a few weeks ago, and you said maybe you would get one.
Yeah, nothing has changed. You can see how well it's going because I'm having trouble remembering. No, ukulele is something I've always wanted to play. And in fact, when I went to Hawaii as a child with my parents, I was about 8 years old, and I got a little toy ukulele and learned a couple tunes on it. But yeah, I need to get a proper instrument, you know, and a good sounding instrument of good quality, and tackle it once and for all.
So Michelle Dalwin says, Rufus seems so chill. I had to laugh at that comment because...
Yeah, if you only knew.
Rufus is not chill. I think his breed, he is a very high anxiety prone dog.
Yeah.
Which doesn't work for me because I am high anxiety. And so he's just very excitable and has anxiety, and he's still in training.
Yeah.
We did training before, but
he is getting better.
He is getting better.
He's about 10% better.
He is getting better. But yeah, he's still just a very young dog and still in training. But I think we need to look for some help because...
Here, I'm going to try the guitar cam on him. Let's see how this works. Oh, there you go. There you go. Roofy.
Yeah, so he's really chill right now because he loves Adam. I think it's the whole, like, the male dominant kind of thing. He's really chill with Big Adam.
He knows where his meal comes from.
And he's probably sleepy after his bath today.
Yeah, he's been yawning ever since.
But we're so glad that you guys always enjoy looking at him all cute. And I had one other question someone asked. I think they said, how long does it take you to finish a song, like either when you're producing it for yourself or someone else?
That's a great question, and you know, it really just depends. I've had some extreme scenarios pop up where I had to finish a song in a matter of weeks. That happened very recently with Blake Aaron. He hit me up, and his album was just about to come out. And so we did a song. Actually, it's at number 3 right now on Billboard. It features Najee. It's called Sunday Strut. It's a tune I'm really proud of. And we did that in a matter of weeks. And then other songs I've worked on for literally a decade. My song 35th Street that came out on my first album, I wrote that in 2005, and it didn't come out until 2016, if you can believe that. So, and everything in between, you know. But I would say on average, if someone hits me up and we're kind of working on it, we usually finish things in about a month. You know, and then it just depends. Sometimes they want to take some time and kind of listen to it, come back to it. So it's all of the above, but I can crank it out if need be. If you got a deadline, we'll make it happen.
And Cecil, he says, consistency with dog training is what's key. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do better with that, probably.
Yeah, and I already know that that's the thing. It's just I don't have that. I don't have that. And I don't have that patience either. I mean, that's why I just have one child who's a preteen right now, because I don't think I would do very well with a newborn. I think that I'm past that. And one of my good friends, she just had her 3rd baby, and she's like, oh, I'm so tired and I have no energy. I'm like, girl, that's why you're having the kids, not me.
Well, and your sister, and she may be tuning in. She tunes in pretty often. Portia in Atlanta, she had 3 kids. So I always say, you know, you can just borrow one, and but then you can hand them back.
Yeah, and you know, my nieces, since you know we obviously have a boy, no girls, I get all of my girl things that I want to buy or treat them to manicures and pedicures. You know, I get that all of the way with them. Although, you know, when they used to live here, I used to take my nieces out to the salon.
Yeah, totally.
But you know, we haven't seen them in well over a year since they live in Georgia now, and it's been COVID. So, but it's still fun. It's still fun. My youngest niece just turned 14. Is it 14? Oh my dear goodness.
Wow.
No. Yeah, 14. I don't know. And so it was fun shopping for her birthday. And so, yeah, I get my fill.
There you go.
And so many people are loving little Rufy's cameo.
Yeah.
It says Rufus could model. Linda Boney says Rufus could model.
Well, the guitar cam came in really, really handy today. Today it's the Rufus cam.
Yeah. You had the guitar cam and the Rufus cam.
Yep.
And, oh, thank you, Colleen Ross. She says, Kat, you just have a lot going on. I do. Thank you for making me feel better. So I think that's it. We don't have, sorry, I saw someone ask about the pool just really quickly when I was scrolling through. We don't have any pictures today of the backyard, but they are making a lot of progress.
They're doing the rebar right now, and which means they'll be pouring concrete pretty soon. Mm-hmm. So we'll have some more pictures for you next week for sure.
Yeah. So that's it for Ask Adam.
Awesome. Well, thank you, honey.
You're
and thanks
welcome.
again for your incredible performance.
Thank you. Thank you, Cecil.
We're going to have to make it a habit of it for sure.
No one has requested my services before.
All right. We're going to have to keep that going.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right. And it is that time where I reveal our guest for next week. And I'm so excited to announce the return of Marcus Anderson. He's got a brand new album that just came out a few weeks ago. If you remember, last year he released his album Hero. Now he has the live edition. It's an incredible live performance he did during the pandemic, and it's also a DVD. And so he's going to share some of the footage and some of the brand new music that just came out a couple of weeks ago. And we just did a really awesome interview earlier today. So that will all be fresh for you guys next week on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, as usual. So don't miss it. And just a reminder, one more time, if you want to help us out, we make it super easy. Click the link in the description. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. You can also do stars, of course. And we just appreciate you guys so much. I cannot believe I'm saying we're getting to episode 60 next week. That is so incredible. Well, hey, we are way over time. We had 3 songs with Cecil, and we had a lot of time with Rufus. So I'm going to sign off with you guys. I'll give you one more look at the Rufus cam as we sign off, and we hope to see you all next week for Marcus Anderson and his brand new album, Hero Live. Hope you all have a great evening. Hope to see you next Wednesday. Good night.